Hey, what's up guys, it's Muffy here. So let's begin the video. I don't have anything planned, but yeah. Okay, so quickly before we start this video, it's Big Red 910's birthday. Happy birthday to Big Red 910. Link in the description. Yeah, he had basically this whole video he was working on like bottle flipping in a glue stick compilation video, and he put a lot of hard work into that, and something unfortunate happened. His screen was cracked and would have got in it or something, and it is broken. But in a few days he's getting an iPhone 5, which I think that's the model, but I've heard it has good slow motion. So yeah, that's pretty good. Hopefully he can make some good videos with that, and go subscribe to him. He doesn't have a video yet, but you'll be wanting to see one when he does make one. So it's 11:14 now, so we still got plenty of the day left to make a video. And yesterday's video, the bottle got destroyed during the making of it. Well, afterwards, when I was messing around with it, it got destroyed. So I'm gonna choose another one. I'm probably gonna choose that Evian one to see how many water bottle caps we can get in a row. Because, you know, those coffee bottles and milk bottles, they have big lids and they're easier to do it. Even with the Evian one, the bottle is smaller, so it should be easier, but we'll see how many we can get in a row. Can you believe this water bottle costs $2 from the French Alps? I'm always willing to test out bottles, so if you have any suggestions, let me know. I'll see if I can find
6 and 7, both of us. So we'll call you at 6.
So getting one flip on the cap with this is hard enough. 3 is pretty good. So yeah, it's pretty decent for cap flips. We'll try and see how many we can get normal flips. I got 9 earlier. It's pretty hard to get much more than 10. It's got a round base. I don't know, because it wobbles and it falls over. So I'll probably give it a 2.5 for regular flips, or maybe a 3. I don't know, but caps, I mainly got it for caps. It's pretty good for caps, but because it's round, I think it wobbles. I thought it would help, but it doesn't really help. Now let's test out 1.5s. 1.5 onto the base. Okay, that's okay. It's pretty good. I feel like 1.5s onto the base always have a more solid land, and don't wobble as much, especially with this bottle. Now 1.5s on the cap. Pretty good. So I'm not getting any bounce with the 1.5s, which is good. Usually a lot of bottles bounce when you do 1.5s, but it's pretty good for 1.5s. So I feel like this video is going to turn out into a which bottle is the best for flipping. So we'll move on to, well, I don't have every bottle in the world, okay? I live in Australia, so I can't get bottles that you guys might have. You could test this out yourself, but I'm just going to do this for the bottles I have, okay? So next up we'll do the BLK. Okay, so from personal experience with these, they're pretty good for flipping, but we're going to compare them to the other bottles. And yeah, they're pretty hard to find. Well, in America, I've seen people on YouTube they went to Target and they were just there. But in Australia, they're pretty hard to find. I had to look it up on Google, see the closest place near me that sells these. So, starting off with the BLK, yeah, this bottle is a lot smaller than this one. It's preference for this, so yeah, we'll see how this one goes. Okay, so first we'll do the caps. Okay, so yeah, BLK flips on the caps are also very solid. So now we're going to test out the normal water bottle flips. Okay, so these are very steady when you flip it. It may take some getting used to, but I don't know, this one, it's very steady when you flip it. Just dropping it, it's gonna fall over with any bottle, because when you flip it, the water that's coming down, that some is here, some is there, as it's coming down, it cancels out the bouncing force and just sticks to the table. So yeah, this one's very good for flipping, pretty accurate too. So if that's what you're looking for, nice clean flips, this is definitely a good bottle for that. So let's move on to the next one. Now for the Smart Water. Okay, so next is the Smart Water. I got this a couple days ago along with the Evian, so let's test it. Okay, so this one sort of got, you know, that design. It can be capped. I haven't capped it yet, but it's possible, so we'll do that in this video. Dints around the sides pretty easily, you know. But it's very steady for flips. It's like one of the best bottles out there. Like I personally experienced, it's really good. Very effortless to flip, you know. And whoa, and it lands most of the time, so I reckon it's a pretty good bottle. So let's get into the caps, see if we can cap this. First of all, this is glacier water, so it's like water from icebergs. This isn't the actual water. Okay. Okay, that took over 5 minutes just to cap it. It's not as easy to cap, like it's not as effortless, it's a bit harder to cap, okay? Yes, it's very hard to cap, so it's quite the opposite on each end. Easy to just regular flip, pretty hard to cap, so that's the Smart Water. Okay, moving on to the bottle I flip the most, just because this is what we buy, and that's what I take to school and flip at school with, and let me tell you, it is not the best for flipping. These Coles bottles are recycled plastic, which pretty much, means that the plastic's going to be thin, so they can save plastic. And yeah, it crunches very easily and can leak after a couple of hours of flipping, or just 1 hour, depends what height it's falling from, but I've gotten used to it, and so I'm very good at flipping these, only because I've gotten used to it. But yeah, Coles is an Australian brand, so unless you live in Australia, you don't have to worry about these, but you may have them around, like these plasticky types of bottles. If you're buying it just to flip, You may want to avoid them because they are pretty annoying, and I flip with these quite often now because I've gotten pretty good with them. But otherwise they're not very good for flipping. Yeah, average size, normal water bottle, you know, normal water bottle. A lot of these normal water bottles aren't the best, this is like the traditional flipping bottle, right? Like, this kind of bottle is what was used to make the flip that went viral, I guess. But they're not that great. So let's move on to a cap. Okay, so capping with this is a bit difficult as the cap isn't completely flat, it's slightly rounded, you know. Some bottles are like that, but yeah, it's okay to flip on the cap. I don't do that often, but definitely can be done. So let's move on to just how many normal flips we can get in our 10, yeah, pretty average. Most I've got with this bottle is 22. But yeah, they're okay to flip. So that's gonna be it for this bottle. Okay, I'm not sure if this is just an Australian brand. I'm pretty sure it is though. It's Ice Break, which is a brand of iced coffee. The base goes wider there, but there's one major problem with them. More than half of them, when you flip it, after sometimes just 5 to 10 flips, they can just start leaking. But some of them, if you just do normal slow flips, for some reason the more you flip the bottle, the more tougher it gets. I don't get that really, but yeah, this one didn't leak. But yeah, they can leak pretty easily, but are very consistent for flipping. I got one of my records with this kind of bottle. It was 25, yeah. Caps, they're pretty good too. You can just quickly get one, but it's rounded on the cap as well, but it's not that hard to cap still. Yeah. This is the bigger version. You can get smaller versions of this, slightly smaller, but yes, they're pretty good for flipping, yeah. Okay, this is one of my favorite ones to flip. It's the Dare iced coffee ones. They flip very well. This is the one I used to beat the 15 in a row do perfect one I beat, which was 20 in a row. That was when I really tried. Like, my previous best before that was only 7 in a row, and then out of nowhere I got 20 or 21 in a row. They're good for caps as well, but again, rounded. Same with the Ice Break, and this drops of water can leak out when you land it on the cap, like that. But they are generally pretty good to cap. And normal flips are very good too, very stable. But again, these can leak after, depends how long you flip for, but a couple hours of flipping, if you flip pretty crazy flips, maybe after 30 minutes or so, it can start leaking at the bottom. But yeah, that's the Dare one. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I'll be reviewing today, okay? So, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bottles I've reviewed. Listen guys, I don't want this to turn into like, I don't want my well, it's okay if my channel gets big off bottle flips, because that seems to be what views, that's where the views are at. But this channel will pretty much just be where I do anything. That's how it's always has been, but recently I've just been putting more effort into my videos, so that's how I want it to be, just like vlogs, like put bottle flips in the vlogs and stuff like that. Yeah, obviously flips are a lot in my title because it's what people click on, you know. But yeah, trick shots I'll be doing too, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna be working on a flip everything part 2 soon. I don't know when, but I just realized that I need to work on a 2.5 years of pen spinning video for you guys, because that's today. So I need to do it this month. And yeah, so I've been flipping coins, trying to flip a coin, you know, how it lands on the rim part. I've been doing that for 2 hours last week and I still didn't get it, so maybe I can get that for you guys today and put that in the video. Not this one, but the flip everything video. So yeah, I'll put it on here and do flips there, or even just set it here, do flips. I know this is where I recorded a pen spinning video once or something, or part of it, the 2 years old. But yeah, I'm working on not making the camera so shaky. It's just the GoPro is pretty sensitive. Yeah, I might be getting like a, you know, GoPro handle, but soon. But yeah, I'm going to finish the video here and work on the next day's video for coin flips. I'm going to work on that one probably right after this video or after I edit it. That's pretty much all I have to say, and I'll see you mates in the next one.